Welcome everyone back to After Curfew interviews with Kyle. I hope you guys are having a great day, and today I have an interesting episode. Today I'm interviewing a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, and musician. I'll let him introduce himself, but I'm here with my friend and guest, PizzaPlays. PizzaPlays, introduce yourself.
Hi, what's going on, you guys? If you don't know me already, my name is PizzaPlays. I'm a content creator and a rapper, and I'm a streamer and a YouTuber. I do a little bit of everything. and I really love what I do, and I find a passion for it. I was really happy to hear when Kyle said you wanted to interview me because I was like, well, I've always been thinking about starting like my own podcast, possibly like where I talk with my friends, but to be interviewed on one was something like I was like, oh, this could be really cool. So I'm really thankful for everyone who's like listening to this podcast and all my supporters and fans. I like to call them the Pizza Gang. All of them that are tuning into this because it means a lot to me. Yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Well, yeah, man, the Pizza Gang. Clearly, it's a big following because you've created a nice little community you got, and yeah, shout out to Pizza Gang, I guess.
For real, just even one of my songs on Spotify is literally called Pizza Gang. So, I commemorate them so much because it's like the amount of support I've gained from them over the past couple of years has just been amazing. So, it wouldn't be anything without them.
Right. Well, that's great. Now, if you have heard any of my previous interviews, you will know that I do like to start them off with a quote, and I feel like this is and I explain it every time. Quotes are like, I feel like the pinnacle and the best way to conversation start, kind of get in the mood of conversating, and it's a good chat because you get to see everyone's point of view, and it's a good outlook. People see their views on certain topics. So today I have a quote with me. I am prolifically known for not being able to find an author for quotes, but last interview, if you guys still remember, I set myself a goal to find an author, and well, I found an author. So this is gonna be fun. The quote is,
I'm excited to hear this.
If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. By Wayne Dyer.
That's deep.
Yeah, deep quote. Dude, how do you look at this? I mean, what's your view on this quote?
Well, I mean, like for my example, I looked at this like at first it's like just like a passion and a love to do it. But then as like my following grew, I kind of looked at it as like, oh, this is something that I could, make a name off of. It was just kind of like, wow, this could be something great. So I think my outlook kind of changed because it's like, okay, I'm actually growing in this. I'm actually getting a future in this. Let's actually take this to the next level. And let's do something great.
Right.
That's just from my experience.
Right. So you're saying your experiences and your growth has changed your outlook, and you feel like this quote kind of speaks of that, right?
Without a doubt.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
honestly, yeah.
I want to speak to that a little bit more, but to the people who have been following me since like 2016, you all know about this already. I started making music as SoundCloud rap parodies.
Mm-hmm.
They were really cringy, really bad. They were funny though, and my outlook changed around music about summer 2019 when I made my first song, and I just was like, okay, actually, I might have a talent for this, so let me try to pursue this and actually do good with it. So once I did that, it was just kind of like, the sky's the limit from here.
Right. Yeah. So, and this quote directly speaks to it. It says, if you change the way you look at things and you change the way you do things, then the things that around you will change too. And obviously with you got a community and you got a following, and that's amazing. So yeah. Now let me just talk a little bit. I have a couple questions for you. First question mainly is, you've already gone into it a little bit, but your following, how did you amass this, your story, I guess, up until now, and it's only growing. I've been looking at all your videos, and your content's very great. I tune into a couple streams; they're very well put together, and obviously you have a great following. And how did you get to now? How did you get to where you are now?
Oh God. So, wow. So, I mean, I gotta give a shout out to this one tech camp. Although I will say, looking back, it is a waste of money. It was called IE Tech Camp, and it was a tech camp where they would teach you how to make YouTube videos, how to record with a camera, all that. So little basic things, right? The reason I say it's a waste of money is because you have a free resource at home called YouTube where you can learn all this for not $1,000. But besides the point, this camp made my first little YouTube docu-series thing, and it was a good documentary for me being like 10, 12-ish. So, that was a great start. But then, like, I kind of, like, got into it more. So, I used to have, like, a MacBook, and I used to just make videos on that. And then I was like, you know what? This year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to a new school. I need a new laptop. Let me buy something that's, like, really good so I can do everything I want to do. So, I bought a Razer Blade 15 Advanced model. And when I got this, I was able to upgrade my stream quality, for one. I remember there was like a summer where I used to stream every single day on my MacBook, and the quality was horrible, but I'd still pull like 13 viewers. It was crazy. And then another thing was like editing videos, for photography, Photoshop. It was just a great start for me. So that kind of like got me into it. But I mean, even before the whole PizzaPlays name was started, I started making Minecraft videos. I used to make Minecraft videos on my Xbox 360 with my Elgato capture card. I used to record those, and then I would barely edit them, and I just upload them on YouTube, and it was just for fun. I don't know. I might send you a couple of the private links so you can put it in the videos. I mean, it just started from a love and a passion for gaming. So after that love, gained more. Again, I started the SoundCloud rapping, and I did the parodies. Then after the parodies, I started making my own music. And then the first song of mine that really like took off like that was like Rain. This song was produced by Project Numb, and I had Molly's and Orca on it. And it was the first song that like really like could like showcase my talents. And that song is now standing at all 2,000 streams. And I just hit that literally like 2 days ago. So
wow, congratulations.
With that hitting 2,000 streams, I also hit 200 followers on like the same day, and I had 100 like 2 days before that, so I pretty much gained 100 followers in less than 2 days on Spotify. So I mean, the support is amazing. I mean, like, to speak to the Pizza Gang, like, they're amazing, and they've all shown another level of like love for my content. So it's crazy.
Yeah, and wow, it's clearly it's been a long journey for you, and I mean, you've started since you were like 10 or 12, and you've kept going, and now look at you now doing all the music, the YouTube, the streams. It's great. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm very inspired.
As you should be.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking with you, Kyle.
Yeah, nah. But I feel like everyone who does social media and content on the internet, they all draw inspiration from at least one person or one creator, I guess. And for you, and maybe you didn't have one, maybe it was just your young inspiration, but who really did inspire you to do your content?
Yeah, well, God, I've watched so many YouTubers. It's crazy. But now with me getting more into like film and photography, there's this one YouTuber I started watching, I think early this year, last summer, called Simon Wilson. Probably never heard of him, but he does these no money challenges, and he travels across the world. He does a bunch of crazy things, and he's a great videographer. And I think he's my biggest inspiration. Like, that's like from a YouTube perspective at the moment, because he's just he's just so good with what he does, and he has a love and a passion for what he does. And
Right.
like now, like I speak to this a lot. A lot of people now are just trying to chase clout. They just want to get followers, get money, get riches, get fame. And for me, it's not even about that. And Simon
Right.
carries something about that with like how he makes his content that shows me that he really just loves it. So
Yeah.
that's who I have to say my number one inspiration is right now.
Well, okay. Yeah.
I mean, if you want,
I've never
I
heard
can
of
speak
him,
to I can speak to my musical inspirations as well if you want.
yeah, musical inspirations. Go ahead, man.
So I like musicians, especially male musicians that can express their feelings. And one musician that does this great is Etz. Etz was a very controversial rapper, but like
Right.
he's one of the only male rappers other than like him and Juice that were able to express their feelings in their music. So it's just like I'm working on a love album right now, and I wanted to be able to express my feelings. And these two rappers, like listening to them and hearing their lyricism and hearing their bars, kind of like made me like feel like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, those are two great inspirations, and there's so many that I can't even list.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You mentioned an album. Did you give us a release date on that, or?
Jeez, I don't even know the release date yet. I would tell you this though. I'd say, well, spring break is around Marchish, so I say if March or April, so that's gonna be my target date. I got some unreleased songs. If you guys look at my Instagram, pizza_plays_ on Instagram.
Yeah, it should be in the description, so go check that out.
You guys can see my second to latest post. It actually has my highlight song for the album in there, called "Be Mine." It's a great song, and I mean, I have to give credit to Hayden Beats, give credit to John Love and Sabuan for featuring on that song. But it's a great song. I love it. It's probably the best song I've really put out yet, and it's the most song I feel comfortable like saying, okay, yeah, it's me right there. But there's so many in this album, so many other songs in this album that are gonna be so great. I mean, I have a little bit of future bass, some hard style, R&B, a little bit of everything. So I love to do that.
Well, you heard it. Spring break, I guess that album might be dropping. Hopefully, crossing our fingers. Us at the podcast, we're rooting for you, and can't wait for that drop.
Much love, fam. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, now something else I want to touch on, and it's something that I feel like we've touched on every interview, and I really want to talk about this because it's a serious topic that we kind of kept as a tradition on the interview series since the first one, but talking about mental health, I guess. What are your outlook, I guess, on mental health as a whole and how it's been affected by your quarantine and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, personally, I can speak to this a lot. I haven't really talked about this ever since, but this year I actually had my own happened yet, because I just don't think people are necessarily ready for that, and I don't want it to be a label that can judge me. But yeah, I was pretty much taken out of school for a long time. I wasn't in the mental state where it would be, safe for me to be at school.
Yeah.
It would be safe for me to be around others, and it helped me learn a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're dealing with mental health issues, please get help, please, because I was in a place where I needed help, and I'm fine today. And if I didn't get help, I wouldn't be fine today. So, I mean, God bless, the people that have been surrounding me to help me get back to myself. But I'm not ever gonna say I'm myself again because I'm weighed down by medicine I have to take every day. Now I'm not gonna let that define me, but I will say that mental health is something that needs to be less of a cliche and more of a
Right.
critical issue that we challenge every day. You know,
I totally agree.
I mean,
I
to speak to that
yeah.
more, I mean, the George Floyd riots hit me hard. I live in Minnesota,
Yeah.
and we were really across the corner from places that have been burnt down and places that have been looted and rioted through.
Right.
And me as a black male and a black content creator, it hurts to see your people, murdered in plain sight, and no one does anything about that. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, that's what triggered some of my mental health issues. There's other events that I don't want to speak to because I don't want to put anyone in jeopardy of getting in trouble or anything. But there was incidents in my school community where I didn't feel safe, and that helped trigger some of my mental health issues. But I just really wish that people would look at mental health as less of a cliche and more of like, okay, this is a problem. Let's face it. Let's look it in the eyes and let's try to do something about it. And I think quarantine again did play into that heavily. Although I'm a very antisocial person, so I really think it was more other things that played into it. But I do think quarantine definitely has something that played into my mental health stuff. But I mean, again, I'm just gonna say this one more time. If you are dealing with help, if you need help, there are hotlines, there are websites, there are hospitals that have people waiting to help you. So don't do anything that you regret, because if you do that, there's no coming back from that.
Wow, that was very inspirational. That's one of the best little talks we've had about mental health, and we've kept that as a prominent thing that we've talked about on our interviews, and that was really, that was a great moving little speech you had. That was great, and I totally agree. Couldn't have said it any better. Mental health is real, and it's something that you should
acknowledge.
Acknowledge. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing to joke around with, and it's very real, very much real.
It's kind of like I like to say with COVID, like you think it's sweet until it hits somebody
Yeah.
Health. You think it's not. You act like it's not there, but then when someone
Right.
oh, I'm suicidal. Oh, I'm bipolar. And then it's like, oh wait, I know this person. It's real. So you got to acknowledge it.
Yeah, and it's whenever that's the same thing that goes through my mind when someone's being super, I wouldn't say very inconsiderate with this mental health issue and stuff like that. I'm always like, well, you've never experienced it, so how can you speak for that,
Most definitely.
And then once it does, then they're like, oh shit, this is real, and
hey, right?
Karma's
God,
a bitch. Karma's a bitch.
Right?
Karma's a bitch. So don't do anything that you might regret, because karma can come back and hit you in the face pretty hard.
And it can happen to anyone. That's the thing about mental health.
Yep.
It can happen to anyone.
Yep.
No one's safe from that. But yeah,
Right.
that's a good dual question. I like that. I mean, like, this is the first time I really opened up about what's happened. So I mean, like, again, my pizza gang, big guys for the support. I don't really talk about that type of stuff because as a male, I try to like keep that inside of me. But
Right.
without you guys have been a great support. So I just gotta put it out there.
Hey, shout out Pizza Gang, man. You guys supporting Man Pizza here. But yeah, it's always good to at least every now and then let out and just talk about it, and I feel like that's a good, our interview series, or after Curfew interviews with Kyle, it's beginning to be like a place where people can actually express how they feel about certain topics, and it's a good platform to do that. So I was very moved by your mental health speech. That was very nice. So yeah. Now the last question that I have for you, it's not really a question, it's more something I noticed and I want to get your opinion. So I was watching your content, and I noticed you do this thing that's like it's like almost watching it's Roblox, but it's football. Could you explain that to me? I was very
So yeah. Shout out to all my Roblox football leagues out there. Shout out to AFL, ZXP, OFL, NCAA, ACFL, NRBA. I mean, shout out to all of them. Oh, RCFA too, and HCBB. So pretty much what I do is I am a Roblox esport commentator. So I'm partnered with ZSP Technology, and they do Roblox football streams, and I commentate with the most realism I can do. It's Roblox, but I try to commentate with like high energy, and I think it's actually something I really enjoy because I'm a football player myself.
Yeah.
So I love going like in-depth analysis, trying to be like a color commentator like Tony Romo. I love his
Yeah.
commentating style. But yeah, I mean, it's something interesting and something different. I think it's kind of something that people need to open your eyes to. Like, it's
Right.
a different type of esports, but it has the same amount of competition as like some of those big Valorant streams or Overwatch or CS:GO. There is really a competition there, and there's a viewership there too. But yeah, that was actually a funny question. I wasn't expecting to be asked about that, but you did your research.
Yeah, I did my research. Hey, don't come on here thinking I'm about to play no games, bro. Don't come on here thinking I'm not gonna go looking through, snooping around whatever you've been uploading. No, but seriously, that was I actually enjoyed it surprisingly because I've never seen that content before. It was very new, but then
It's so entertaining.
yeah,
People
it
sleep on
was
it so much.
it was quite entertaining. It was almost like I was watching real football, except there was some irregular movements that I saw. I didn't know. I saw a juke that was kind of. I was just like, "What is
Wow.
this?"
It's
But,
so crazy.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was really interesting content, and everyone who's listening, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. I mean, I wish I could talk longer, but interviews
I wish
normally,
too, man. This is so entertaining.
yeah, the interviews normally don't go on too far. But honestly, you seem like a great guy, and we'd love to have you. And I mean it in the most way. We'd love to have you on the podcast, like the actual one.
Kyle, how about we get something set up, maybe? Before my album drop, I'll do like a little analysis of the album, maybe preview some songs.
You gotta do an announcement, preview some songs.
I'd love to, man. I'd love to come
Hey,
back.
I mean,
March or April. March or April.
March or April. Hey,
I'm not
everyone.
gonna say too much.
The Pizza Gang, Pizza Gang. Hey,
Pizza Gang, we go hard.
like the video. Go in the comments. Spam for that album drop. Maybe like a pre-release we could do. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure something out, and maybe even like
We'll be in touch.
we'll be in touch. We'll figure out something out that we'll do something for that album that drops soon, and then hey, Pizza Gang, just spam spam that album drop, man. Spam that album drop, and we'll definitely get something sorted. Thank you so much again, Pizza, for taking the time out of your day to come on and let me interview you.
Kyle, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Well, and to everyone listening, thank you all for listening. If you enjoy, like and subscribe, and check out Pizza's content. Please do me a solid and go check out my boy Pizza's content. Hey, and album drop. Remember, if you're looking forward to it, spam it in the comments. Pizza Gang, I'm expecting you to go hard on this one.
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys, first off. You guys are everything to me. And to the new people that I've reached on this podcast, I hope you guys have kind of learned a little bit more about me. And I hope you guys tune into a stream or something like that. I'd love to see some of you guys in there.
Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you all so much for tuning into today's interview. Interview on After Curfew interviews with Kyle. Comment down below if who would you like to see next, and thanks again to my guest here, PizzaPlays, for coming on. And Pizza, seriously, man, definitely come on the podcast, and that album drop needs that album podcast, whatever we're gonna do, that needs to happen. So
it's gonna happen.
Don't worry. It's gonna happen. To everyone listening, have a good day, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.